Hi, this is a West Contra Costa Unified School District training video about Big Ideas Math, the math program we use here in grades 6 through 8. And I accessed my Big Ideas Math account using my Clever homepage, and the icon for Big Ideas Math is on the District Core Curriculum section. You can see that I am teaching California Course 1, which is 6th grade, and today I'm going to take a look at the ratios and rates unit, and specifically I want to take a look at 5.4, comparing and graphing ratios, because that's an assignment that I gave to my class. And there's lots of, you can see these are the resources here, but the reports tab is up here on the big three, resources, assignments, and reports. And I'm going to click on reports right there. And what comes up is chapter 5, because I specified that that's what I wanted to look at. You can see on chapter 5, I have some reports ready for 5.1, 5.2, 5.3 my students did in class on paper, so we don't have a digital report there. But 5.4 is right here, and I'd like to take a look at how my students did. And what comes up is a summary page, and I can see a lot of information here about how my class did on this assignment. Over here, if you follow my cursor, you can see that this is a custom set. I chose 8 out of 22 problems for students to try. This was my start date. This was my due date for the assignment. It looks like I have 27 out of 32 students who submitted. If you go up here to class view and click on that, I'm not going to protect the privacy of my students, but the students who have submitted work, their name appears in black, and the students who have not submitted work, their name is gray. And you can also use this tab to access reports of your individual students. You can see how each student did. That's one way to see. I have a good average score. If I want to remind myself what the assignment was, I can view the assignment right here. I can also go down here to the pie chart and take a look at how my students did by item, an item analysis. I can see that less than half of my students got item 12 correctly, so I'm going to want to take a look at that. I can see that less than 75% of my students got item 20 correctly, so I want to take a look at that. And it looks like more than 3/4 of my students got these 6 items correct. And I'm going to move my screen over a little bit here and then take a look at the details of these problems. And I can see here, here's the students who submitted. I can see this student here did not start the work. I can see each student's score, the amount of time they spent on each, not on each problem, but working on the item. So this student spent 12 minutes. This student spent 14 minutes. This student that says spent 1 hour and 40, I'm a little bit, I'm not too sure that's really how much time they spent, but they had the computer at least open for that long. This student here only spent 3 minutes, and maybe that's part of the problem. But if we go over, we can see that this means correct, the green circle. The orange diamond means partially correct. The red square means incorrect. I can click on this, and I can see how this student answered. Problem 12, and I can see this was a ratio table problem. And yes, the student only got 50% of the question correct, because there were 6 parts to it. Missed this part, got these 3 correct. So I'm going to want to go back and talk about how ratio tables work with my class to clear up any misunderstandings students might have. This student got this problem completely incorrect. Let's take a look at what that was. This is a long division problem. I might want to approach that on paper at a later date and have this student or my class show their work, because I'm not exactly sure what part of that problem they got wrong. But it's good to know that they're having problems with long division. Okay, and then I can go back up here and I can hide those details and I can go back to just my summary of that assignment. And that brings us to the end of this training video on how to take a look at reports of assignments, quizzes, and tests that you've given on the online Big Ideas Math program. Thank you very much for watching.